Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal. Today I wanted to go over a couple of thoughts I had after yesterday's tornado video. He's throwing me off so much that I came away with several questions about where the heck he came from. So this guy is Mr. Big. He fertilized the batch of eggs that tornado came from. He's going to be a year old in December, and he's an even 9 pounds. He's molting a little bit right now, so his tail's thinner than normal. But check out his foot color. That's blue. So he didn't give Tornado his foot color. He gave him his size and probably his comb. Mr. Big has a conjoined spike right there. And because of that, lets me know Tornado is not going to get females who are a daughter to this guy. I don't want to encourage that comb trait. So we'll have to stop that right there and be really careful. So this guy, he's in charge of a pen that's got 7 females. And I can rule out Miss Broody Britches, because at the time of collection, she was still trying to be broody. So we know she's not the mom. Now, if I had been doing this very detailed, I would already know who his mother is. But I was clan hatching. So if I want to replicate that growth rate and really narrow it in, I need to figure out who the mom is. So I was looking at the females, and this girl has a large comb, and he's got a large comb. So if Tornado ends up with a super giant comb, it could be her fault. Her leg color is pretty blue. It's not that light. But she was the biggest bird visually in the pen. She weighed in at 6 pounds 3 ounces. Her birthday is also going to be in December. You can tell they love each other. So cute. But I can put 2 hens in these 2 remaining spots, 3 once I kick little Miss Broody Britches out, and I'll be able to collect eggs for a week and mark them by hen, and then hatch them separately by hen, and then grow them out and compare the growth rates. See if we can get to the bottom of this, of where exactly Tornado came from. I'm going to spend my winter doing that, so that come spring, I've got it figured out. But I only have to spend a little bit of time at it. If we know there's 6 females and I've got 3 spots to put them to collect eggs, then it'll be a 2-week collection period, 3 at a time. That's what I'm thinking. Thinking I'll start with the 3 females that have the lightest color legs. Even though they're visually smaller than this one, I wouldn't think that blue to blue would make light colored feet. But there's something about her demeanor and face that had me thinking she could be the one. But we'll find out. We're going to pair hatch out of that pen and see if we can get to the bottom of what's going on. Next, I'm going to jump over to another pen. And out of the breeding arrangements I have right now, I'm thinking they're going to be the most promising for Tornado's future wives. Because of that comb right there. We don't want to see that too often, buddy. We're going to have to separate out some traits. So I'm going to go outside and visit with these other birds and talk about why I like their potential for coming up with the mates to go with Tornado. So I'm out here with these other birds, and I'm thinking this small little group right here was going to give us the most promising daughters to go with Tornado. And the reason I'm thinking that is these hens have a little bit of separation in the gene pool. They're sort of the same line, like a 50-50 split. But this boy has really good tail width coming in. His tail is still growing, but he has a width and separation back there that I really like. And his comb is a lot more correct than Tornado's dad's and Tornado's. So depending on how he passes that forward with these girls, more so this one, I think that's going to give us some good results. These birds are pretty young. They're 6 to 7 months old. So I'm going to give them some more time before I start hatching from them to see how that's going to go. But they're also pretty correct. I have noticed that the sunlight lightens up foot color, so what you're seeing here is a different shade than what I'm seeing. It's darker in person. This is going to be a smaller male, but these girls are 6.5 pounds, and you can't even feel a keel bone in there. So they're gonna definitely throw off some table traits, and Tornado definitely is exhibiting table traits. This guy, he's got a white earlobe. Sort of. The girls do too. Tornado's dad doesn't have that. We don't want to lose that. So I'm going to keep these guys organized like this and growing. Once the girls get past 8 or 9 months and that egg size comes up, I'll start doing a couple little hatches from them. The next pen over might be a little promising too. And I've learned my lesson on clan hatching. If I've got a mission in mind, I'm going to have to be more particular and detailed, just to help see that plan through sooner, and to know how I got certain birds in case I need to make some more. I know how I did it. There's a lot to be said for pair hatching and record keeping. Leading up to this point, I was really only worried about keeping the birds looking a certain way, growing a certain way, filling up the freezer, having breakfast. But now that I'm getting more into the breeding, I'm gonna have to take better notes, keep track of individuals rather than groups. So next year, that's gonna look a lot different compared to how I've been doing things. It's not that I was doing badly before. I mean, this old lady here, she's not too bad. She's got the white earlobe, she's got the foot color, she's got the white feathers, she's got the little dippy comb. She's one of the 3-year-olds. But I'm gonna have to start putting identification on them as I start going through more birds. My old lady pen only has 8 females, and I know each of them by sight. Here soon, I'm probably not going to be able to do that anymore and keep track reliably. Oh my goodness, I know. You don't have to crow so much. So we'll see. I'm probably going to do some hatching over winter, so I can come up with a better spring plan. It's going to be small batches because the level of care changes. We have to carry water from the house out to the barn because we don't have a water line off the street yet for the barn. It's another project we want to get done. Lugging water sucks, so I don't want to have any more birds than I need to have over the winter. Look at how wide your chest is, dude. I knew I was going to keep this cockerel when he was about 8 weeks old. I knew it then, it's holding true. The more time you spend with them and the more you handle them and look in on them, it gets a lot easier to pick out who your favorites are going to be based on your flock goals. I really love watching them. And I like that they don't freak out when I'm sitting around with them. And they show off. So if I get any more thoughts, I'll try to record them. Try to get more of what's in my brain into a video format so I can share it. There's a lot of knowledge to figure out and learn. And it's going to vary flock to flock, so I don't want you to feel discouraged. Because I've already been at this with this variety for 6 years, and some of you guys are probably just starting with birds you just got. Take the time to get to know them. Hatch from them. See what they throw forward. Sort them out. And find those freezer birds. That's the coolest thing about these birds. We get breakfast, we get chicks, and we get dinner. And we have fun. Alright, back to chores. Lots to do out there. It's almost time to prune up apple trees. A couple of our trees did get tornado damage. We're gonna have to clean them up pretty good after they've gone dormant. More on that later.